Street 20th Anniversary Special, Friday.
If you can't trust your own brother, then who can you trust? That is a question asked today by a school teacher in Florida. 2 years ago, she did the right thing and helped out her brother who was in desperate need. For her trust, she was rewarded with betrayal and a debt that threatens to take away her home, her savings, and her happiness. Because she fears publicity, she had asked that we not use her name, her voice, or show her on camera. But she wants her story known. She wants to look her brother in the face and ask him, why? Clearwater, Florida, a small town 15 miles west of Tampa. On October 23, 1986, 54-year-old Charles Wickman was arrested at a local motel. He allegedly had sold 2 kilos of cocaine to an undercover officer.
I am so glad to see you. You've been crying.
Yes, I have. Are you all right?
Facing a 15-year prison sentence, Wickman turned to his sister for help.
Look, sis, can you help me?
What can I do?
With no savings, Wickman needed $66,000 to make bail.
You've got that much, don't you?
Yeah, that's all I have.
A former nun who teaches kindergarten, she was shocked at the wrong turn her brother's life had taken.
When he said trafficking in narcotics, my immediate reaction is, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. But when I asked him, did you do it? He said yes. It was beyond my ability to comprehend that my brother could have been involved in doing something like that.
I can see a lawyer. If I get that and the mortgage on your house...
The mortgage? What do you mean the mortgage?
Well, you don't think...
She had only one major asset, her home, and she put it up as collateral. She felt the risk was worth her brother's freedom.
He signed some papers. When I go to the...
When the judge set the bail at $66,000, that meant that $6,600 would need to be paid in cash if you were going through a bail bondsman. So I went to a bail bondsman who wrote up the bond. I withdrew money from my savings account in the amount of $6,600 and had a cashier's check drawn up. He drew up all of the papers. I had to bring in my mortgage for him to have security on the home. The bondsmen tell you, be sure that this person is not going to ever take off, because if they do, you're jeopardizing whatever it is that you put up as collateral. And as impossible it had been to believe that he was involved in selling narcotics, it was even more impossible to think that there would be any way I was jeopardizing my home and my security, my future, because he was my brother. And I didn't think a brother would do such a thing to his sister.
Charles lived with his sister for 4 months. On April 27th, she came home from school to find a phone message from her brother.
I went north. I've got a call from Atlanta, and I'm on my way to Mississippi. I'm going to get back into driving and earn some money. I'll call you in a couple days. Love you.
Charles never returned. She has not seen her brother since. If he doesn't return for his trial, she will owe $66,000. Anticipating the worst, she has put her home up for sale. Though she has been granted several court extensions in order to allow her time to find her brother, so far he has evaded her search, and time is running out. Charles Wickman is 6'1" in height and weighs 195 pounds. His hair is red and his eyes are greenish-gray. In his flight, he has used the names Chuck Wickman, Charles Wixman, Red Rickman, and Charles Redman. He usually lies about his age and says that he is in his mid-40s. Charles Wickman's sister has already spent over $10,000 looking for her brother. In June, if he is still at large, she will lose an additional $66,000. Wickman had flown as a crop duster pilot and also worked in construction, and may be working at one of those jobs today. He's been reportedly spotted in Mississippi, California, the Carolinas, Tennessee, and Nebraska. If anyone has any information that might lead to his apprehension, please call the FBI or call our toll-free number, 1-800-876-5353.
Every day, cats perform incredible balancing acts. To keep them performing at their peak every day demands an incredibly well-balanced cat food. Fancy Feast. Fancy Feast gourmet cat food perfectly balances great gourmet taste with concentrated nutrition essential to your cat's good health. Give your cat a lifetime of great performances. Fancy Feast, the perfect balance for life.
From Touchstone Pictures, when 4 crooks from the city try to rob one bank in the country while being chased by 2 cops from New Jersey, things could get a little disorganized.
We got him! We lost him! We found him! I'm gonna kill him!
Disorganized Crime, rated R. Starts Friday, April 14th at a theater near you.
Corning see-through Vision saucepan withstands heat that turns ordinary saucepans into sauce. Best of all, it lets you see your meal before it's all over. Visions by Corning. It's visibly superior.
There are 3 things you can count on these days. Death, taxes, and night court. One of the 3 you can look forward to. Night court. Every week, Americans count on night court to make them laugh, and night court never lets them down.
Tomorrow, America's auto industry. Why isn't it running on all cylinders? Detroit is offering financing and rebate incentives as it worries about the future. On NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
If you have any information regarding the cases presented tonight, please call 1-800-876-5353. If you wish, you need not give your name. 1-800-876-5353.
Tonight after Night Court, 2 dads, 1 gorgeous neighbor. It's a fight to the finish to see who'll win her heart on an all-new My 2 Dads. And Friday night, Bill Cosby hosts a star-studded special, Sesame Street, 20 and still counting, with Big Bird, Kermit, and more. Then the critics love Quantum Leap. By far the most clever new series, says the New York Times. It's time travel gone haywire on Quantum Leap. And the Unsolved team is stalking a killer in a tense drama. Friday night, only on NBC.
I'm running this show. You got a problem with that? You get yourself another director.
Somebody ought to drive a stake through your heart.
What is this? Some kind of moronic prank?
Which one of you killed him?
I killed him myself.
I've never been happier to see a man dead.
I'm not sorry I did it.
Light opera becomes a deadly whodunit.
You couldn't be more right.
Perry Mason, the case of the musical murder, Sunday. On April 11th, Channel 11 News takes you out to the ball game, and you don't have to leave your living room. Join us for a special edition of First Edition, live from Three River Stadium.
Let's go, Bucks! Let's go, Bucks!
It's the first look at the pregame festivities at the Pirate home opener. Catch it Tuesday at 5:30 on Channel 11 News First Edition.
Out of juice?
Very fine, the very finest.
On April 6th, something remarkable is going to happen. All the brands you want will come to the store you've trusted for years. General Electric, Whirlpool, Sony, RCA, all your favorite brands, all at the right prices, all backed by America's largest service organization, and satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. And it's all going to happen under one very familiar roof. Grand Central at Sears opens April 6th.
None of us will forget that morning. I joined my chums as I, too, was jolted by the news. Mr. Thomas had moved his bake shop to America.
What's going on, Jack?
No more would we have his English muffins with nooks and crannies and melted butter to sustain us through our dreary day. University without nooks and crannies? It was yet another cross for England to bear.
Thomas's English muffins. For over 100 years, England's breakfast tradition in America's hands.
The wheel never looked better.
Tomorrow at 7:30 here on Channel 11.
Who is that magnificent